we're live
My
again.
hood
Let's
is on.
see. Huh?
What is my hood on?
I'm confused, babe.
My hood.
Oh! My shirt?
I got it like.
Don't throw it down there.
Is it clear?
I'm not sure. Hold on. I'm going to have to cut that one off.
LEB.
It's LB.
LEB.
It's LB. Hey, you guys. I made it back, but I don't know how this is going.
It's clear to me.
Am I okay, everyone? Hey, everyone. Can you hang it maybe, not in my background, like maybe off the light back there?
Oh, I thought that was a great idea.
I might wear that tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Pam in Wonderland. Thank you. I feel not so pretty. I had a rough weekend.
Hey, I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here. Have fun.
Am I on? Hey, Kansas. Oh, from Louisiana to Kansas. Hey, everyone. No, what? No, it's not clickbait. What do you mean? How would it be clickbait? No, my family really had 2 accidents. I mean, I wasn't involved in both of them, just one, and then my husband the other one. It was all this weekend. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. That's why I'm talking to you guys. It's literally, you guys, it's been crazy. Hey, Nat. Yeah, I need to delete the other one. Let's delete that one so people don't go into that one. And reshare this one. Reshare this one, so because I shared the first one on Twitter, and if anybody goes from that link, the link from Twitter, it's going to bring them to the one that's not working. So all right, I hope everyone had an amazing weekend. What I can tell you is I did not. I had a really difficult weekend. I had a really hard weekend. It was stressful, which we knew it was going to be kind of stressful. But we were not expecting everything to happen the way that it did happen. So let me tell you guys everything. So, sending you prayers, Nat. So, Caden and Eli have played football for like 4 years, maybe longer. How long have I been on YouTube? 19, 20. I've been on YouTube for 3 years. And I think my first year on YouTube was their first year playing, I think. So, Caden has moved up to high school football. Eli is still on the City League. Well, this year, my other 2 kids, my other 2 boys, Christian and Dakota, they started playing as well. Now, City League has just been a mess. Like people volunteer to run it. Basically, you have your president, your vice president, you know, all these people that are over the league. Now, back in 2019, the woman that was over the president, she saw all the money. It was this big thing. It was a mess, right? No, Nat, you didn't say anything wrong. You asked if it was clickbait, and I was just telling you, no, it's not clickbait. It's legit. Destiny, where? What? Oh, that one. I love the name. I just saw that. The new AH. I love that. I thought you were saying like legit. Like her. I'm like, no way. I think she's blocked. So every year that my boys have played City League, it's been a mess. Like, it's not organized. Like, we don't have the schedules. It's just people stealing money. Like, it's just a mess, you know? So this year we joined a different league. And it's like a lot more organized, but it means that the games are further away. We're playing further away. I have 4 boys and I have 2 girls. So my oldest child is a girl, my youngest child is a girl. Everyone in between are boys. So, my boys started working out months ago, doing their conditioning. You had to have so many hours of conditioning, and then we started practice, right? So this weekend was the first set of games for Eli, Christian, and Dakota. Now, Caden's been playing games with the school. We're going into like their 4th game, which is going to be super cool. So Caden's game this coming Monday, they are playing against Peyton Manning's grandson. Peyton Manning will be at the game here in our hometown, and he will be there to watch his son play. And we were notified in advance, like, hey, Peyton Manning's going to be there. The tickets are going to go on sale tomorrow, so I'm going to be in line waiting for those tickets. I have season passes, but I didn't buy enough for my whole family because usually my whole family don't go. Like, I mean, Caden, he plays, but usually, like, Sean doesn't always go to all the games. Bro, your bone looks adorable. He says you see the TikTok going on about how to do a perfect one. I just saw it. You twist the 2 pieces, then wrap it, basically. No, but I do wrap. I have seen one kind of like it. So you do the bun and you take the back and you twist it around and catch it, like in the back here. Is it something like that? Because I do twist mine around and then bobby pin it back here. Thank you, Shayna. So, Caden has not got to play. So he got to play right before his appendicitis. So, like the game before his appendicitis, he got to play. And now that he's not going to be able to play at all for another like 2 weeks. Yeah. Thank you, Brittany. Yeah, everybody's super excited. They suspect that we're going to sell out of tickets super fast. So we start selling tickets at like 10 in the morning. I'm going to be there. So, you know, Caden's not going to play, though. He can't play at all for another 2 weeks. But he dresses out. He's on the sidelines. He's with his team, you know. It's 2 more weeks, babe, not 4. So anyways, this weekend was, you know, the other boys' first game. He's going to stand there and look pretty. Exactly. So unfortunately, the game was like almost 2 hours away, like an hour and 45 minutes or something ridiculous like that. Now, we had all of our teams playing. We had a 4 and 5-year-old team, 4 and 5-year-olds, like pre-K, kindergarten, something like that. Their game was at 7:30 in the morning, Saturday morning. They had to be there at 7 to make sure everyone was there and to get ready to go on the field. They had to be there at 7. So they had to leave at like 5 in the morning, which means they had to be up probably at 4 in the morning. It was ridiculous. We played at 8:30. We had to be there at 8. Dakota played first at 8:30. We had to be there at 8. So we had to leave my house by 6. So I woke up at 4:30. I stayed up Friday night to like after midnight packing. I finally like went to bed at like almost 1, right? So, yes. I got all my kids' football clothes and put them in a bag. I put all their football uniforms in a bag, their cleats, their socks, everything. I put their pads, their helmets in the back of my car. And I was like, I'm just gonna, Dakota, actually, I'm lying to you guys. Dakota doesn't wear pads or anything. He just, because he plays, flag. So, like, I got him dressed when he was asleep, basically. I put his little shorts on, put his jersey on, and he has long red socks, so I put those on, and I put his slides on his feet, and his cleats were in my bag. The other boys, they wore shorts, t-shirt, and slides. And we took off. We left at like 6 o'clock in the morning. So we're driving. We're on our way. We're on a pretty curvy road. And come around this curve, and there is a bumper a bumper laying in the middle of the road. Not like a plastic bumper, but like a metal bumper. Um, it had been hit a couple times already. My lips look really pale. It had been hit, so it was kind of flattened. Like it wasn't like this steel. It was more flat. But I knew I was not going to be able to slam my brakes or go around it. Like I'm on back roads that don't have like shoulders to the road. It's just ditch. You know what I'm saying? So I have me, Paris, Eli, Dakota, and Christian with me. Sean stayed back with Kennedy. Kennedy don't like being gone for long. Um, so Sean stayed back with Kennedy. He was going to kind of rest this weekend with her. And am I choppy? Um, so I just let off the gas and kind of get a good grip on my steering wheel because I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, once I run over this bumper, like, I don't know if it's going to blow my tires out. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, right? So, I remember me and Paris both saying, I think we were saying, I, I was saying, I think she said, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I was saying, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. So we were both like, ah, you know, um, and we hit it. I'm watching myself freeze with the most ridiculous faces. So, anyways, I run right on top of it, and it makes this sound like there's damage to my car. Like I'm like, I know I just damaged my car. Like I'm looking because I couldn't immediately get off the road. Like first off, there were ditches. It was no there was no side of the road for me to pull off on, you know? So I had to get to where I could pull off. And I'm like watching my gauges the whole time, like waiting for like tire pressure to show, like waiting for it to show me that my tire pressure was going out, waiting for it to show that like something, you know. So I run over it and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I hit a bumper. Somebody had lost their bumper and they were not nice enough to move it off the side of the off the road. They just left it in the road. And not only was I the only one that hit it, but it was clear that other people had hit it. So I'm like, I couldn't immediately pull over. I'm going, you know, I was going like 70 miles per hour. I don't know. The it's like 75 on the road that I was on. I was maybe going like 70. Um, so I couldn't just stop, you know, and there was nowhere to pull over. So I'm just like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, I gotta find somewhere to pull over. I gotta find somewhere to pull over. I finally found somewhere to pull over. I pull over and I get out just thinking, I'm sure my tires are messed up, which no gauges popped up to show me anything. So I'm like thinking that surely the tires messed up and the front of my car is probably all beat up, right? I pull over, I get out, no damage. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like, praise God. Thank you, Jesus. You saw me through this, my car. Y'all, I know literally there's some fools on Twitter that says that I brag about my new car, but it's not bragging. I'm proud of it. I went through a lot. I worked really hard to get, you know, my dream car. It's not me bragging. I worked my butt off. And I went through a lot with, you know, being arrested and everything and what they did to me that I'm super proud to be able to buy that car. Um, But there's some people on Twitter that's like, she's bragging about her new car while sad fishing on. No, I'm not. I'm never sad fishing. Where am I sad fishing at? Sharing life experiences where sometimes they're not the best. That's not me sad fishing. Um, Thank you, Stephanie. So thank you, D. So it was just, I was like, oh my God, praise you, Jesus, that there's no damage. So I'm about 30 minutes or something still from, thank you, Shayna. That's right, Nat. They don't matter. That's why I don't even like I saw it on Twitter and I'm like, I just muted the conversation so I can't even see it. Because I'm like, these people clearly are like ridiculous. Oh, wow. So I get back in and I get us to the game. First game is at 8:30. We had to be there at 8. We was there at 8. So yeah, Sean's been telling me that he was gonna buy me a Range Rover for like 13 years. So finally got me one. So the game was so cool. It was, but I was exhausted. Me and Paris both were just so sleepy because I slept like 3 hours the night before, right? So and I don't know how much sleep Paris got, but we're both like so sleepy. Dakota played. It was so funny because like the kids that play flag, like some of them don't really know what's going on. They don't know when they're supposed to be out there. They don't know, like they're looking around. They don't know what they're supposed to be doing. It's just hilarious, you know. We won 14-7. I was so proud of our little team. But after that, it was 9:30 in the morning. We didn't have to be back there until 12. So we had a 2.5 hour span where it was getting hot. I was super sleepy. Harris was super sleepy. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go get us something to eat and we'll go rent a room. Because not only did we have to be there at 12 for Christian to play at 1:30, but his game would be over by 2:30. And then at 5:30, Eli would have to play. So we was going to be in this area, in this town, all day, you know, with the kids and gaps of time where I didn't have anything to do. And it wasn't like I could take them somewhere fun because I didn't want to wear them out. I wanted them to be able to rest, you know, before their game because it was so hot. So I have 2.5 hours, you know, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get me a nap. We're in a room. I'll have the kids lay in bed with me in Paris. They can watch TV beside us, and you know, we can all take a nap. I can take a nap. They can play the phones or watch TV or whatever. So I'm like, let's go to Dairy Queen because there's a Dairy Queen right in front of the hotel. Literally, we were in Dairy Queen drive-through for like 35 minutes. It was like the woman that was in front of us sat for like 20 minutes. And when she pulled up, they never opened the window until they gave her stuff. For like 20 minutes, they never opened the window. And then they open the window and they hand her a blizzard. And she like grabs it, she's like, and then drives off. And I'm like, she is mad that it took that long for her freaking blizzard, which I don't blame her. I don't blame her. If it would have took them that long to give me a blizzard, I would have been so mad. Oh, thank you, Mama's the boss. I agree, Mama is the boss. So I love that name. So when I pull up, I'm like, oh my goodness, by this point it's like 10 and we only got 2 hours, you know? And so I'm like, ma'am, do you know how long it's going to take for me to get my food? Because if it's going to take super long, you know. She's like, oh, yours is ready. I'm like, okay. So we get mine. We go to the hotel. Chris here from Minnesota. Hey, sending love to Minnesota to you, Chris. So we get to the hotel. And I go in and I get us a room. And the lady was super nice. She gave us a suite upstairs. And she didn't even charge us the full price. Because I was like, I don't think we're even going to stay the night. I just need somewhere for the day, you know, for the day. She was like, okay, yeah. So she gave me a good discount. So we had this really nice room that had 2 king-size beds and like a little couch thing. So anyways, we go in. Thank you, Joe. We go in. We eat our Dairy Queen. By this time, it's like 10:30. So we have to be up at 11:30 to start, to get Christian ready and to get him to the field on time. Hey, Dee Dee. So hurry up and eat. I get everybody situated. I get the TV on, something they'll watch. I get everybody in the bed with us. between the two beds, and I lay down. Well, no longer than I lay down, one of the boys got to use the bathroom. So he gets up and he uses the bathroom, and while using the bathroom, he wants to talk to me. Oh, okay, gotcha. He's like, Mama, blah 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 blah. What's this? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, please hurry and come get back in bed. Be sure to wash your hands. 20 minutes, and I'm like, so he finally comes and lays back down. I don't know. I maybe caught like a 20-30 minute nap, possibly. Get back up, and I get Christian ready for us to go to his game. We get in my car. As soon as we turn out from the hotel, my battery light comes on saying that my battery is not charging. And I'm like, what? And then within seconds of it coming on, my car says that I'm running hot. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. So I call Sean. I pull over and I call Sean and I show him my dash. And he's like, you got to kill the car. It's super hot. It's like in the red. Oh, thank you, Shannon. Thank you. That's so sweet. But it's like in the red. He's like, you got to kill it right now. So I kill the car. My air wasn't blowing cold either. So I'm like, oh my goodness, it's hot, The car was hot from it sitting. So I roll the windows down and I message the wife of the man that's over the league. I message her. And I said, hey, let Coach P know that we're 5 miles away, but my car's overheating for some reason. Called my husband. He said I had to stay pulled over and let it cool down. So Christian will be late. Okay, we good. Y'all got some time. So even they wanted him there at noon, but his game didn't start until 1:30. They wanted to make sure everybody was there on time, had time to work out, blah, blah, blah. So it's 12. It's like straight up 12, right? So after I sit for a little bit, I crank it back up. I get back on the road. When I crank it back up, the battery thing comes back on, but it doesn't say that it's hot. So I'm like, okay, like maybe I can make it there, So I'm driving. I mean, it goes from fine to whoop, shoots up on the red, no time. I'm like right down the road. So I pull back over. Sean's like, yeah, you're not going to be able to make it there. Like, with as quick as it ran back in the red like that, like, you can't, you got to stay there. He's like, I'm on my way. So Sean's like, let me get Kennedy ready. Let me grab my tools. We'll head that way. So I messaged the lady again. I said, hey, I pulled over, but my car isn't cooling off enough for us to get there. So we're about 5 minutes down the road. My husband is leaving Manny, so I don't know if Christian will make it. She says, okay. Mind you, this is me, Eli, Christian, and Dakota. Paris stayed back at the hotel room because when we were waking up to get ready to go, she's like, I'm still tired. Mama, can I just hang out here and go to sleep? And I was like, yeah, we'll be back in like 2 hours, So she says, okay. And I'm like, I don't know what to do because it's going to take my husband like almost 2 hours to get here. We're on the side of the road in Texas. Like, I'm 5 minutes away from the field. Like, surely somebody could come get me. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the reason why I messaged them thinking, like, if I tell them I'm 5 minutes down the road and Sean's just now leaving, where we live, maybe she would be like, oh, well, let me see if somebody can get you. But no, she said, okay. So I'm like, well, then a lady pulls up. No, she did not, Candy. No. And I get it. Like, her husband is like over everything. So he's super busy. She takes photos. So I don't know if she was like, didn't have time because she needed to make sure she was there to take photos or whatever. But no. We had hundreds of parents there. Right. So this woman pulls over and she's in a, someone did end up coming to pick us up, but it was not her. So this lady in a Yukon pulls over and she's like, it was Destiny. They don't have Uber. No, girl, where we're from, they don't have Uber, taxis, nothing like that. So, anyways, this older lady in a Tahoe pulls up. And I tell her what's going on. She's like, let me look under your hood. You may not have no water. I'm like, okay. So she's like, nope, your water is full. She's like, let me see, because your fan on your belt on your fan may be broke. So she's looking. She's like, I don't see it. I don't see your belt. And there's your fan right there. So I think your belt may be broke. I'm like, well, that's about right. I'm like, I hit a bumper on the way here. So maybe it, like, cut my belt, you know. She's like, yeah, you're not going to be able to drive. She's like, let's get you off the road, though. So, like, a little, like, right up the way on the other side was this little, like, side road that went into a pasture, and they had a gate. But it would keep my car kind of in the shade and where people wouldn't see it unless they wouldn't see it until they passed the road, basically. So I backed up in there, a little bit of shade. The woman comes over there, and she's like, I would offer to take you, but my vehicle was full of stuff. She had her elder mother in the vehicle, and she's like, I got so much stuff. She said, but I'm just going to stay here until your husband gets here or somebody can come get you something, because I don't feel safe leaving you here. And I'm like, okay. And then she tells me that a couple of years before that, a girl came up missing off that road, that she was being chased by someone. They ended up finding her car and her cell phone, but she was never found. She, like, called 911. Somebody's chasing me. Cops find her car, her phone. She's never been found to this day, and it was right off that road. So she's like, do you have a weapon? I'm like, no. She's like, I got mine. I'm like, okay. So finally, after a little bit, I put in the group message. And I say, well, I don't think we're going to make it. We're 5 minutes down the street. What did I say? I said something like, well, Coach, I guess, oh, this is what I said. I said, hopefully we'll make it to the game. My car's messing up. We're 5 miles away from getting the game. My husband just left, headed this way. The coach immediately says, send me where you are. We'll get a mom to come get you. And then a mom immediately says, where are you? And I said, can one of y'all send me y'all's phone number and I can pin drop, because I don't know how to do it in this group message. So one of the moms sends me her number. I tell her I'm off 149. She says, that's my number. I'm leaving right now. So I message her. I send her my location. She's there in 5 minutes. And we load up, and she gets to the game. And, y'all, I was sweating in places I didn't even know had sweat glands. You know what I'm saying? Like, my whole body was watered down, makeup a mess. My poor Bobby, Christian, he, has to play his game, and he has been sweating for an hour on the side of the road. We get there. He runs out onto the field, because by this time they're about to play. Mind you, he's my son that's autistic. There was a lot of people at the games because they had so many teams playing. So I'm sitting in the stands watching, talking to Sean on and off about where he is, him calling me, like, did you hear it do this? Did you hear it do that? Oh, thank you. Sometimes I see these on TV. My first thought is, how does Uber Eats and Walmart delivery get there? I do think we have Uber Eats. My daughter just told me about that the other day. But I've never used it because I didn't know. Thank you, Dee. That's so sweet. So I'm watching the boys play, and we're getting our butt kicked. We're playing the champions from last year. So they call for defense to go out to the field, which is Christian's on defense. He gets out there, and he's not well. They send him back. And I can tell he wasn't well when he was walking back. Like, I knew something was wrong. And then the coach walks over and starts talking to him. And so I stand up, and I'm, like, looking. And then the coach looks up and sees me standing up. And I'm like, is he okay? And he's like, come here. So I walk down to the sidelines, and he's crying. And the coach is like, he won't tell me what's wrong. And Christian is usually pretty good with telling somebody what's wrong. I mean, if he's not happy with something, he'll be like, I don't like that, So anyways, after the coach walks off, I'm like, what's the matter? And he's like, I can't breathe. I feel like everything is too tight. My head hurts. I'm not well. I'm not well. So I'm like, do you want to take your stuff off? And he says, yeah, but we couldn't get it off because his jersey is so tight, like abnormally tight. Like even one of the coaches tried to help us get it off and he gave up. So I was like, okay, it's okay. Just calm down. Everything is good, babe. Like you are fine. It's okay. Like I know it's hot, but everything's okay, okay? So I finally get him kind of calming down. And then the coach's wife, the one that said, okay, just been on the other road, she walks over and she's like, hey, you have to get off the sidelines because if you're on the sidelines, we'll get penalized. And then I'm kind of confused because I'm like, do I leave? I don't want to leave my son here with him being like in a panic attack, but I don't want to take him off the field because like this is his team, like, you know. And I'm like, the coach just called me to come down here to check on him. Surely them seeing me like stand here, I'm like sitting like kind of crouched down, you know. I'm like, whatever. Let me get. I'm like, just come on, let's get off the field. We wasn't on the field; it was on the sidelines. I'm like, come on, let's go to the stands or something. So we get off the field or the sidelines, and I get him some water, and he finally calms down, and he sits beside me on the stands. Because at this point, I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I asked him, I'm like, do you want to go back down there? Okay, Candy. I did at first, but now I'm just like, I don't know. Because you know, if I would have been a parent at that thing and somebody would have been like, me and my kids are stranded 5 minutes from you, and my husband is 2 hours away, just left the house, I would literally, if I could not come get them, I would be like, I will find someone that can. We had hundreds of parents there, you know? So I kept Christian with me. He didn't go back down there because I was like, I don't know. Hey, I seen by a subscriber. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, Thankfully, we was able to get someone to take us back to my car because in everything going on, I didn't think to get Eli's pads and stuff out of the car. Yes, like the video. It is always weird when the video is about like a hardship or something. You know, like you're like, do I like it? Because is it saying that I like the fact that you had 2 accidents in a weekend? No, like the video. Um, so Paris was at the hotel and she was like, you know, if you can get somebody to come back and get me, I want to go to Eli's game. I'm like, okay. So my car was literally right down the street from the hotel. So I was able to get somebody to bring me back to my car, get Eli's stuff, run me back to get Paris, and we go back to the game. I get Eli's stuff to him. His team's already out on the turf warming up, and I get his stuff to him. Well then Sean gets there, and he has Kennedy, and he has Kennedy, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna go to the car. Paris has been there all of 10 minutes, and she's like, okay, it's too hot. If you're going to the car, can you take me back to the hotel? Bobby has just had a panic attack, so he wants to go back to the hotel too. He's like, I don't want to stay here. I want to go back to the hotel. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, Sean, take Paris, Bobby, and Dakota back to the hotel. Kennedy wanted to stay with me to watch Eli's game. So he leaves. He takes them back to the hotel, goes to the car. I'm trying to watch Eli's game, but Kennedy wants to run and play, and you know, so I'm running and playing and trying to watch, and it starts raining. We have to get under our umbrella. But Eli did really good in his game. The 5 minutes that I got to watch, he tackled the guy with the ball. He done like a force to the side, like out of bounds or whatever it's called, because he was about to like get to the guy and it rushed him out of bounds. Eli is one of those kids that's good at everything that he does, like sports wise. So anyways, he did really good, but unfortunately we lost. Bobby, Christian, and Eli's team both lost. Like I said, we're playing the champions from last year. So after Eli's game is over, Eli is one of those kids that if he loses, he's mad. You know, he's like, oh. So I'm like, are you mad, buddy? He's like, no, I'm just tired. Because he also was on side of the road for like an hour, you know, and then hung out, you know, while we were doing Bobby's game. And Bobby is Christian. Sometimes I call him Christian if I can think about it. Because publicly, he goes by Christian. Privately, he's Bobby. So anyways, I call Sean to come get us. He comes and gets us. And I'm like, he's like, it's the pulley and the belt. So the pulley broke, the belt broke. He called a couple auto parts store and they're like, we don't have it. You'll probably have to get it from like the Range Rover dealership. Then everything started closing because it was like after business hours. And then it's like today's Saturday, tomorrow's Sunday, and nothing's going to be open Sunday. The closest Range Rover store that we know is like hours away, back close to our house. So he's like, I'm going to need to get a car haul, a trailer to put your car on it to get it back home. So my sister Flossie, y'all know Flossie, they have a trailer, a car haul trailer. So he's like, call Flossie, see if we can borrow the trailer. So I'm like, okay. So we leave the ball game. We go to like a dollar store. And I'm like, I'm just going to stack up on like drinks and food and snack, like pizza rolls, chips, you know, in case we have to stay the night, you know, whatever. So drinks, blah, blah, blah. So we get back to the hotel. I unload everything. We put everything up. Sean goes back to my car. He's like, yeah, that's what we're going to have to do. Flossie's like, yes. Y'all can borrow the thing, whatever. So Sean ends up leaving and get to go back to where we're from. You know, he's got to come here to the house to get like more tools and stuff. And then he goes to borrow his dad's truck to pull it on his truck. And by the time he gets back here, it is new. Yes, I just got it like 3 months ago. So, anyways, by the time he gets here, it's late. So he's like, what time did you get back here, babe? Like midnight or something? I don't know. So he's like, I'm going to lay down for a little bit, like a couple hours, and then I'll get up and I'll head back that way. I'm like, okay. Y'all, I am exhausted. So I want to walk back down to the place to let the woman know, like, hey, we are staying overnight. Because at first I told her, like, we're not staying overnight. We're just needing a place to hang out during the day. So I went to the thing to see to let her know, like, hey, we're staying overnight if you need to charge me full price or whatever. Nobody was there. Nobody. So I'm like, I don't know, you know, what to do. So I go back up to the room with the intentions of, I'll go back down a little bit. Well, I didn't go back down a little bit because I passed out. Like, I got the kids lay down. I lay down out like a light. I woke up at like 4 or something and text Sean. I was like, where are you at? Oh, good night, Dee Dee. So, he's like, I just got the trailer. I'm headed back that way. I'm like, okay. So the kids start waking up at about 7:30. Now, Dakota has ADHD and it's pretty severe. He's on medication for it. I didn't have his medicine because like we wasn't planning on staying the night, you know. So he wakes up at like 7:30 and he is ready to go. Like he is like, you know, let's party. You know? And then I have Kennedy who's 5 and like they're runners, you know, like they're loud and we're upstairs and I keep telling them like, y'all be quiet, like let's just watch TV, like don't be quiet. So about 30 minutes after they wake up, the front desk calls. I'm like, hello. She's like, is everything okay? I'm like, uh-huh. Yeah. She's like, well, the man below you said that it's really loud up there. And I'm like, you know, when I checked in, I told you I had a few kids. I do. And, yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I will, hog tie them to the bed real quick. My husband is on his way back. He should be here in no time. Like, by this time, it's like 8. So he's been like at 4 something, he was like going to get the trailer and headed back. It's like a 2 hour. So, oh, he was like almost at my car to load it up. So I was like, my husband will be here soon. We'll be leaving or whatever. Like, I'm so sorry. She's like, no, it's okay. I have kids. I completely understand, but just try to get them to quiet down if you can. I'm like, okay. So I got the phone. I'm like, yo, they're going to put us out and we're going to be waiting with all of our stuff on the side of the road. Like, calm down, please. So I get them to sit on the bed and not get off unless they need to use the potty or something, I talked to Sean. He's like, okay, I just got your car working. I mean, not working. I just got your car loaded. I'm headed that way. And I'm like, okay. Minutes later, he calls. He's like, you're not going to believe this. I said, please do not tell me anything bad. He said, I just got hit. I said, please tell me you're lying. He said, I would not tell you that. I said, is your dad's truck okay? Because he borrowed his dad's truck to pull the trailer, which was my sister's trailer. And I just assumed that he hit, the truck. I said, please tell me your dad's truck's okay. He said he didn't hit the truck, he hit the trailer. My sister's trailer that has my car on it. So I'm like, is the trailer in my car okay? He's like, I don't know, I haven't got out yet. I'm like, all right. Okay then. I'm like, can you call me back as soon as you know? He's like, yeah. So we get off the phone as he's getting out, but Sean is really bad about butt dialing people. So when he hangs up, his call log's always up. So he's always butt dialing, usually me. So he does. He butt dials me. And yes, then my heart broke. Because I'm like, oh, dear Jesus. Like, what if this truck slammed into the trailer and into my car and just jacked up all of it, So he butt dials me back, and I'm like, I'm going to listen, because I'm like, if it's bad, I'll hear him say, like, oh, crap. So the man walks up and is like, hey, you okay? And Sean's like, I'm okay. Are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm all right. And Sean says, well, I guess we got to call the police, huh? And the guy's like, no, we don't have to call the police. Sean's like, you got insurance? He's like, yeah, I got insurance. And then I hear the man say, I think I can fix that. I'm a welder or something along those lines. I got a welding machine. And Sean's like, well, thing is I'm not from here. This ain't even my trailer. Like, this is my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law's trailer. So, like, I don't know, and he's like, oh, yeah, it ain't that much damage. I think I can fix it. And Sean's like, well, let me get your information real quick. And then Sean's like, well, I guess somebody done call the cops because there they come. And the guy says, well, I don't even know whose fault it was. And Sean says, man, you ran a stop sign. And I'm like, oh, great. He's going to act like he don't know that he was at fault, But Sean was like, no, I really don't think he knew he was at fault. Because Sean said he plowed through the stop. Like, he wouldn't even attempting to stop at that stop sign. He just shot right through it. Now, not only did he hit Sean, but he hit another vehicle as well. So they were, it was a 4-way stop. And it was 2 lanes on the way that Sean was at. There was an older couple, and there was Sean. They stopped at the sign together, and both took off together. So it hit the older couple, and then into the trailer. And Sean's like, yeah, he really didn't know. Like, I really don't think he knew. So anyways, Sean was there for like an hour and a half, talking to the police, writing statements. Thankfully, there's like a gas station that was right there, and the cops went to the gas station, and they have cameras, so they watched what happened on camera, and saw that I don't think he was under the influence, but he did not have a license. His license was like suspended or something, right, Sean? Are you still here, Sean? So he had insurance, but there was something with his license, like he didn't have a license or something. So that's terrible, addicted wife. Like, oh my goodness. Which when I got my Yukon, yeah, thankfully, like, Sean was more mad, I think. Like, I don't know, he looked tired. He said he just got into an argument with his boss and left work. That's terrible. I think it messed his vehicle. Sean, wasn't his vehicle messed up the worst? Like, worse than any of them? Um, so, did he get a ticket, Bay? Do you know if he got a ticket? Um, Sean finally makes it to get us. Why is this not working? Sean finally makes it to get us, and it's just it was. We're both like, we cannot believe this weekend. Um, I don't have a sore throat, but I'm super tired. But I was sick like 2 weeks ago, and my throat has never like healed 100%. Like, I think my voice is still a little off. Thank you, Christina. Thank you. Yeah, it was terrible. Like, I called Caden because Caden's. Oh, thank you, Carolyn. Caroline or Carolyn. Lynn. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you, thank you. Um, so Caden's birthday was Saturday, and we weren't going to be able to spend it together because we had all the boys' game in Texas, and then he had planned to go to an LSU football game already. So I don't think his interest has to pay if he doesn't have a valid license. Maybe not. Absolutely, Joe. We definitely will. So we were just like, oh my goodness. We finally got home, maybe around 1 today. Um, but Caden, uh, I called Caden after Sean got hit because I'm like, terrible, terrible bad luck. We've had the worst bad luck. When it rains, it pours, exactly. So I called Caden. I was like, hey, buddy, it's Mama. I just want to tell you I love you very much. He's like, I love you too, Mama. I'm like, because we've had such bad luck. I got a ways to get home, and just in case I don't make it, like, I don't know. He's like, Mama, and he laughed or whatever. It was funny because I told Flossie, my sister, I'll show you guys the damage to the trailer. Thankfully, my car was not physically damaged. Oh, let me back that up. I don't think, unless the rim got scratched. I don't know what that is. Don't mind the dirty car. The outside's a little dirty. Okay. So, this is my sister's trailer where the guy plowed into it. It like busted a light or something. And I know, right? I'm like, please, Jesus, get us home, please. But I sent the pictures to my sister and I said, I think I can fix that. I think when I get home, I'll just jump on top of it until I get it back down. She said, no, with your bad luck, you'll fall and break your leg. And I was like, that's true. Um, so when the guy hit us, though, it shifted my car over. So my car was no longer on the trailer, like straight. It was like this. See you later, Wildflower. Oh, Wildflower, I saw that you just got like a brand sponsorship deal. Have you announced it yet? That's so exciting. That's so exciting. I had sex toy company reach out to me. I don't. It's not Adam and Eve. I don't remember what it's called, but I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. That's not my cup of tea. You know, no shade to the people that it is. Um, so yeah, that's the trailer. And thankfully, my sister, I was like, Flossie, oh, thank you, Carolyn. Thank you so much. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to hear it. Um, yeah, I've had terrible luck. It's just, I'm like, oh my goodness. So, Sean texts Flossie and was like, so I need to talk to you. So Flossie called me and was like, hey, Sean just texted me, said he need to talk to me. Is everything okay? And I'm like, no. She's like, what? I said, so Sean got my car, got it loaded up, was coming to get us. Somebody ran a stop sign and hit him. She goes, oh my God, is he okay? And I said, yeah, but it hit the trailer. And she goes, oh, that's fine. It don't matter. She's like, don't worry about that. And I'm like, no, but like, it's not ours. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's y'all's, like, and it's damaged now. And she's like, it is fine. She's like, we've had that trailer for years. Luke paid $4,000 for it. It's done $4,000 worth of work. Like, it's fine. She said, but let me call Luke and tell him, you know. I said, okay. So she calls me back a little bit later. She says, girl, Luke is mad. And I knew by the way she said Luke is mad that she was joking. I was like, no, he's not. She's like, no, he's not. She's like, he's not mad. He said that as long as y'all are fine, he is fine. Um, you know. So I was like, praise Jesus. And then Flossie sent him a picture of the damage and was like, yeah, no, that's nothing. That's nothing at all. Yeah, some of y'all know Flossie because she used to come on streams with me. Um, and she, you know, she may sometime again. She works during the week. Sometimes she's in my chat. Um, she tried to be in my chat Friday, but for some reason she wasn't showing up. But Flossie's cool people. She was always like, she's one of my biggest like protectors. Like, not that I need it, but you know, like anytime I have like people on YouTube that like want to come at me, she's like, "What at? Who is it?" um, that's hilarious. Yeah, I have a pretty good family. I do. We're all super close. Yeah, and now I'm not sure how that it works with him not having a valid license. Like, will they pay? Yeah, I mean, she would come back. She was kind of like, you too, because of everything that went on when her son passed away. Like how it just was made into like this drama series, and like it was like terrible. Like people making videos about his death and whether or not Katie said XYZ in regards to his death, and people profiting off that story, and it was really hard for her. Oh no, Joe, that's terrible. It's so sad. I, Missy, I'm telling you. How long does it last? Can it be? Is it over tomorrow? Because geez, Louise, I need some good luck. I mean, I was like, I'm going home and I'm wrapping myself in the blankets. I'm gonna become a burrito and I'm not moving because I don't want to get hurt. Or I don't want, you know, I'm like, oh my goodness, like I need to put myself in a bubble. But then I got home and I realized the kids got football pictures this evening, so I have to hurry up and wash all their clothes. I had to hurry up and wash like their uniforms. If the insurance company is treated without a license, they have to pay. They can sue him for the amount after that. Oh, okay. Um, okay. So, what was I saying? I don't know. Oh, so I washed their uniforms and got them all ready, and we went back to the stadium and got pictures done and came home and ate dinner and got them all bathed and got them in bed. And I was like, I'm doing a video to tell my people about this terrible weekend that I had. I can't even believe it. But we think it's going to be okay. Like, we looked online, like, the parts are not that expensive. How many more days do we have? Oh, my Jesus. That's not cool. Like, my son, like, he had his appendicitis. And, like, our bad luck started. I can tell y'all guys when it started. On the 7th, I think. Our bad luck started on like the 7th. Like with Cate and, it's just been like, oh my goodness, nonstop. So yeah. Hopefully it's done and over with because we gotta have a pull. What's it, baby? What do we need? A pulley and a belt, fan belt, something like that. So, anyways, I will definitely keep you in my prayers, Casey. Well, that's true. That's true. I did say that. I said, it could have been worse. When I hit the bumper, like the tires could have blew out and we could have wrecked. And going, we were not speeding, but going that fast. And I know people are going to twist this. And hitting something like that, it could have been very serious. Sean getting hit, it could have been a few seconds earlier, and it could have been hit him right in the side. So I am blessed. I'm thankful that physically we are all okay. Even though the vehicle is my dream car, and I love it, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. We can get it fixed. It is what it is. But hopefully nothing else bad happens because I'm scared. But anyways, you guys, tomorrow I think I'm going to cover Cara Delevingne. Have you guys saw what's happening with her? I think I'm going to cover her tomorrow and talk about that because definitely think she needs some help. Yeah. Probably Destiny. I think I'm going to cover Cara Delevingne and everything that's going on with her. Yeah. Right. Yeah, Running Grey Wolf. That's what Sean always says. Sean's always like, you can't hurt me, I'm an old mutt. But anyways, you guys. That's right, Joe. Thank you. And now with football season, we have games every Saturday. Next Saturday, we have another game 2 hours away. Thankfully, the game don't start till 12, but I know they'll want us there at 10:30. But we won't have to get up at 4:30 in the morning to go. So it's just going to be so much traveling until football season is over. But I told Sean, I said, this is merely a season of our life. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. We have Kennedy who goes to homeschool at 10 in the morning. My daughter, she don't have her car. We've taken her car from her, my 17-year-old. So she rides the bus to school, even though she's a senior. She rides the bus to school. And I have to go get her at 9:10. Me or Sean won. And whoever's not going to get Paris is starting to get Kennedy ready for school. Kennedy goes to school at 10. And then Paris has to be brought back to school at 11:55 to be picked back up at 1:30. And then Kennedy is usually done. It used to be at like 12:30, but now it's going a little bit longer. It's like 1:30. So usually like right when he's going to get Paris, he's going to get Kennedy as well for the last time. Like going to get Paris for the last time and Kennedy as well from school. So by like 1:40, he's back home and Paris and Kennedy's home with him and I'm working. And then at 3:30, 3:40, The other kids get off the bus. Kaden gets home from football practice around 6. We're leaving to take the kids to practice at about 5:15. And we are not getting home until like 9 o'clock. 8:30, 9 o'clock from practices. And it's just like boom, 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 boom. And then we got, now every Saturday is going to be a game, like an hour or two away. We have 2 home games and that's it. We have a home game on October 1st for the little boys. And we have a home game the last weekend in October. And this is going to go through until like, November, I think. And then we got, this Friday is the fair. So our kids don't go to school Friday because they have the fair. And then Friday night is the big game where Peyton Manning's going to be there. So, and then leave early the next morning. And church on Sunday, which we didn't get to make church this past Sunday, obviously, today, because we were not in town. And then after church, my cousin's daughter is having a slip and slide party for her birthday. So it's just, like we say around here, balls to the wall. Super busy. So I was like, I'm not going anywhere, but I have to. So I told Sean, because Sean's been kind of stressed out about it, I'm like, it's just a season of their life, and this is going to be fun for them, going to these games far away, and let's just enjoy it. And as stressful as it may be, let's not let them see that we're stressed. That way they have good memories of us being happy about this moment, about, now this first trip ruined, basically. I don't think anybody was happy, including the kids. You got it. You're an old mutt, babe. But anyways, you guys, I'm exhausted. I'm sure I'll have somebody comment on here and say, are you high? Anytime I'm sleepy, which is a lot, people will be like, are you high? And I'm like, no. But I get why you think that. When I'm sleepy, my eyes are like this. Like I've been puffing on, marijuana, so. They get really heavy. And they're like barely open. But, yeah. I'm going to go to bed. I am tired. I'm going to go wash my face. I'm not even going to take a bath, and I'm going to wash my face. And I'm going to go to bed. But I wanted to, hang out with you guys for a little bit and tell you guys what was going on. I know I got some emails to catch up on. I got some messages to catch up on. That won't be tonight because I'm going to go to bed, you guys. But I love y'all. Thank you all so much. I don't live in Oklahoma. But Sean used to work in Oklahoma. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me tonight. If you guys just keep me in your prayers until this whatever thing is over, because I don't know. I'm like, is somebody got a hex on me? Is somebody got a voodoo doll that looks like LB, and they're like, pa, 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 with my little car, and they're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on here? I don't. I'm not a smoker. I used to smoke, not weed, cigarettes. I used to smoke cigarettes, and I quit. I was pregnant too often. You know what I'm saying? Every time I start back up, I'd be pregnant again. I have to quit again. So, but anyways, you guys, tomorrow I think we're going to be talking about Cara Delevingne. She is bad off in some type of way. Her friends are begging her to get help. There's a video of her on TMZ, and I'm going to get that video, and I'm going to transform it enough to where we can watch tomorrow. And she's just, she's outside, she's on her phone, and she's just jerking and moving and all kind of weird walking, and she's smoking, and at one point she grabs a cigarette like this, and it burns her. She chunks it, she goes and picks it back up off the ground and continues smoking it, and it's just, she needs help really bad in my opinion. She's definitely struggling. I've never seen her like this. So we're gonna, Cara Delevingne, Nat. She is the girl that Amber Heard was. There's a video of Cara Delevingne and Amber Heard in the elevator at the Eastern Columbia building when Amber Heard was still with Johnny Depp. She was also a model. What does she play in? Yeah, absolutely. It definitely is. It's absolutely like I've seen those moves before. It's not good. That's definitely like a drug induced like movement, you know. Um, I mean, I've seen people like in stores, you know, and they're just their movement you can't contain. You can't like, yeah, she was an actress. Did he? I need to watch that. She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, y'all, look at her. She's beautiful. And unfortunately, they say her friends are even like terrified that she's going to um, end up, you know, like so many others, Heath Ledger, and you know. So tomorrow, I'm going to I have a package from a follower, and I also have an Ipsy unboxing that I'll do the two of those together. Unfortunately, the sign that one of my subscribers bought for me got lost in transit, which is heartbreaking for me. It says it was delivered to the PO box, but it was they have no record of getting it. It was going to be a pink sign that says L Studio to go back here. So I'm very sad about that. Now the lady that sent it, very nice lady. I don't know if she wants to be called out by name. She's always doing super nice things for me. She was like, "Don't worry, we're gonna get you a sign," and I was like, "Please don't buy another one because I feel terrible." But I do have an unboxing for a gift that I got, as well as my Ipsy unboxing. So we're gonna do that tomorrow, and then we're gonna cover Cara Delevingne. Also, the drama with the Teen Mom Girls. I think we're gonna talk about that as well. So you guys make sure you tune in tomorrow. I'm kind of behind on work. So hang out if you can. Watch any videos you haven't watched yet. Go back and watch them. Let them play if you don't want to watch them. Give them a thumbs up. And give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.